I'm gonna tell you in this video how you can launch Laravel framework source code on your local host and run tests and start your developing on the framework. The first I forked this project and transferred it in my account, as you can see, and then I pulled and I cloned this project on my local host and opened it with my PHP store on my local host. Okay, uh, nothing special I did until now. For launching the project on your local host and run tests without installing Composer or PHP, you have one way that is really easy and you can do it very smooth. It just need to add a container, an additional container in your Docker Compose. I added it before. I named it framework and the image something like Laravel framework container, and also create a Docker file beside this Docker Compose file, or in any path that you need that you want, but I suggest you that create a Docker file beside the Docker Compose. And the other configs are not important. For example, volume, you can set a volume, yeah, and port, you can set a port, it doesn't matter. And also it depends on MySQL that yeah, it doesn't matter also for our goal. But in Docker file, as you can see, we use a PHP 8.2 CLI base image and install and update core and install some dependencies, install and configure GMP, and also some necessary packages and dependencies for running our PHP and Laravel. Install Composer, Xdebug, that we need it for debug and run tests, and Composer install, and the other parts are not important. You can see these files the on the GitHub and just copy and paste file. And how we can run it and launch our project, it just need to run and exec our Docker Compose. As you can see, our containers launched, except just our framework, yeah, that it doesn't matter. I just want to tell you how you can install dependencies and install Composer dependencies without having Composer or PHP on your local host. It's just enough to use from this image, this container, and use from Composer inside this container, and then transfer everything from inside of container into your local host. Okay, and how? With this command docker run --rm, because we just needed to run a command and we can delete after run that command. --name, for example, Composer or app -it -v current directory path and the name of the image, Laravel framework, and for example if I run phpv, as you can see, run it successfully. Okay, and instead of running php we run composer instead. Okay, because I ran it before, it doesn't have anything new to run. We just run this command to update everything. Okay, and finished. Until now we installed dependencies and we have the vendor folder. So now I wanted to run and debug one tests. For example, if we want to, if we run this test, as you can see it succeeded. And but how? The first step is going to setting, and in PHP in this part CLI interpreter, let me to remove this, and we don't have anything. Okay, and press on this button, and the first choice from Docker or Vagrant or anything. In this section we chose Docker Compose, Docker, and choose the PHP container, and that's it. Okay, apply, and okay, and yeah, in this part we choose this choice, and okay, and in this section edit configuration, let me also remove this part, this and this part. We don't have anything new. We press plus button, and from the list choose the PHP unit, set a name for it, proper directory, and choose test directory, open. It selects Xdebug as default of coverage engine, and this part and interpreter I chose framework, and that's it, finished. Let me to run again this test. It succeeded, and if we set breakpoint and debug test, as you can see it's debugged, and you can go through the tests and debug everything that you want. So with these easier steps you can launch the Laravel frameworks or every PHP project that you want, whether it's a package or it's a real project, and without installing everything, without installing PHP and Composer or any databases, and you just need to install Docker and use from incredible features of Docker to launch the project and enjoy of running it. I hope you enjoy this series, and I will see you in the next episode.